Hey guys, welcome to the first update of 2018 for this adoption journey. So this is going to be the year that I am going to know my daughter. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to see photos of her and hopefully videos of her, and I'm going to have all her information and I'll know her name. And yay, I'm so excited. So just want to do an update. So the last thing I did in 2018 was I paid for my quitting agency my home study agency registration fee. So I paid that off. They got all my paperwork, and then I finished up. I was able to get my what do you call it? Child registry, abuse registry check done from Manitoba, as well as I submitted for Ontario. And then 2 out of my 3 references have finished their references. This agency is different than my last agency. My last agency was like, oh, write a letter with this stuff in it, and we just need it before you start your home study. Whereas this agency had like a form for them to fill out, and it's like, we need it in like 2 weeks. So thank you to my references. I don't think any of them watch this, but very grateful for them, because that's like a time crunch and it wasn't as easy as just writing a letter. There were some things on there that I was like, it's really weird. But yeah, so I'm really grateful for them because they are amazing. And 2 out of the 3 did my references last time too. So yeah. So I just have notes here that I'm looking over. So the next thing I have to do is my child abuse registry check for Alberta, and then my police clearance, which is a Canada-wide. So I'm doing that probably. I want to do my registry check this week. I have 2 days this week that I work shorter hours because I have training to do. So yay, I don't actually teach. So I'm doing first aid training. So my hours I think are like 9 to 3 instead of usually like 8 to whenever I actually finish, which is usually like 4. And then I come home and do work. But so because I have earlier hours, I'm hoping that I can like go right after work or right before work. I have to check with Alberta Child Services and see what their hours are. But I'd love to get that done. I don't know if that costs me anything or not, but I do have a little bit of money left over from December, so I'm hoping to do that. And then my police clearance I'm going to do on the 25th or 26th because I get paid the 25th and I need the money to do it. So I'm going to do that then. Right now I am on the 25th submitting for my training, which is $350 plus tax, which 5% tax here in Alberta. Yay, less tax. But yeah, so I am going to be spending that. And then I was looking at my budget and like technically I have like $200-300 that I could spend on myself. And so I was trying to think, well, I really want a sewing machine. I haven't bought anything really for myself since September or August, since I moved and bought all my stuff from IKEA. So I'm like, I could get a sewing machine because I really want to learn how to sew. I need a humidifier because it's really dry here and my nose is going to start bleeding soon. I really want the new Zelda Breath of the Wild game. What else was there? I'm like, I could go to IKEA and get some little furniture things for my room or for Emmy's room or something. In the end, I decided I'm buying nothing. Which is kind of sad in a way. I find it really hard to spend money now because Emmy is my sole purpose. And so every time I think of something, it's like, okay, what if there comes a time that I'm short a fee and I'm like, wow, I wish I didn't spend that $50 on blah, blah, blah. Or like, oh, I could have done this sooner if I didn't spend that $100 on this. So it's really hard to justify purchases now. The sewing machine was kind of like, oh, well, I could make something for a fundraiser. And it's like, hey, but realistically, if I buy a sewing machine, am I going to learn so well enough to sell something? And if I can sell it, am I actually going to make enough profit to not only make back the money that I spent on the sewing machine, but make a good profit on towards the fundraiser as well? So it's stuff like that where I have to think, obviously a video game is not going to make me money. That is purely for fun thing. Also, I realized that I'm going home for summer, which I'm going to do a whole other video on, but it costs me money and I'm not really happy with that right now, but I don't really have an option. I have to go home this summer. So that's like gonna cost me $1,000 right in smack dab in the middle of a bunch of fees being due. So stuff like that, it's like, you know what, I don't really need a sewing machine, don't really need a humidifier right now, my nose has been fine. If it starts to get a little really dry, then I'll reconsider it. Don't need a video game. I really don't need furniture. I've been doing fine with, I don't need end tables. I don't need my mattress is on the floor and I've been actually loving that. I probably will keep it like that for quite a while. Don't need a couch. I just brought the TV that was at my parents' house. I brought that back with me. So I have a TV in my bedroom now. So I don't need a couch because I don't have anything in the living room anyway. I brought an iron back from my parents' house, so I don't need an iron. I would like an ironing board, but right now I'm not ironing enough to need an ironing board. If I do decide, there's like one at Walmart for like $12. So anyway, right now that's kind of just every cent that I can, I want to go towards the adoption because I'm really, really hoping that I can start my home study in April instead of May. Because anything that I can do sooner obviously will be better. Financially, I'm probably going to get stuck at some point before submitting my dossier because I'm not going to have enough time. My home study is only going to take about 4 months to get approved, and during that 4 months I have going to Ontario for a month, which is $1,000. So really now I'm down to 3 months of saving. And so that 3 months of saving, I'll be able to save about $4,000, and I need $8,000 to submit my dossier. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to push my dossier submission back about 3 months, which right now I'm fine with. I might push it back even further because right after my dossier is submitted, I won't have very long before I get a referral. Like they said, like it'll take about 2 weeks to get approval from India, and then within 2 weeks I should have a referral. So 2 to 4 weeks from paying $8,000, and then to accept my referral I need $16,000. So yeah, so 4 weeks to come up with $16,000. We'll see. I'm putting it out in the universe that the money will be there when I need it to be there, and I'm kind of just trucking along until then. So right now, like I said, my priority is to do my home study as soon as possible. So if I can have that done, I would like to have it started in April-ish. So yeah. So what else? Oh, I also need to get my medical clearance done, which I will do probably in February or March. I'll see because I don't want it too far from my home study, and it really doesn't take much to get a doctor's appointment. My new doctor is fantastic. And India now is requiring a psychological evaluation, which is not cheap. I've seen prices from $200 to $1,000. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what requirements are for here in Canada because I asked my coordinating agency and they said, don't worry about it. It's part of your home study. Like it's covered by your home study. But that everyone in the forums or the Facebook groups that I'm part of that are in the States have actually had to get something separate done for their dossier. So I'm not sure exactly in Canada, maybe it's not a requirement from Canadians to have that separate psych eval. I'm not quite sure. I haven't paid my coordinating agency fee yet, so they haven't given me a list. That's kind of where I gotta see. I wouldn't have to have it done for my home study. I would have to have it done for my dossier. But again, if that's another $1,000 when I'm already needing $8,000, now I need $9,000 to submit my dossier. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. So in terms of to start my home study, not including the financial aspects because it is what it is, I have the one reference that needs to submit her referral form, which I think she has to do by the 16th. So she's got 3 days as of filming, which I will keep bugging her for. So she needs to do that. I need to submit my registry checks for Alberta, Ontario, and Manitoba. Ontario is in progress. Manitoba I have in my possession. I just got to submit it. I don't like paying multiple postage fees, so I like to send it in chunks. And then Alberta, like I said, I'm going to try to do this week. I need my police clearance done and my medical clearance done. My police clearance I'm going to be doing next week on the 25th or 26th, and then my medical clearance will be either February or March. and then I have to do my training, which my training I'm paying for on the 25th, and I should hopefully have it, all my training documents and stuff like that within a week or so. And if you guys know me, I like to read. I am very happy to research. Probably 99% of the stuff that's covered in the training I already know, either from my previous adoption training or from just my own personal research. So that's the stuff I need to do before I start my home study. Oh, and I need to do my taxes, or I need to get my T4s, which are like my income tax documents from my employers. So that I should get in February. So those need to be submitted. So there we go. That's the stuff I need to get done to start my home study and money, which I'm working on. But yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me along on this journey. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post those down below. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Bye, guys.